In Idaho, the decision over who directs Fish and Game, Parks and Rec, and Transportation departments will soon be decided by the governor. After years of trying to get it passed, the legislature approved Senate Bill 1300 this season. And as John Webb reports, wildlife enthusiasts are worrying that it will put politics above science.
This idea that a one-size-fits-all agency hierarchy is something that, one, doesn't make sense, and two, flies in the face of the 1938 Citizens Initiative.
That initiative dates back to 1911. Game Warden Frank Kendall recommended placing the Fish and Game on a scientific basis rather than one that was based off political affiliation.
In order to ensure that wildlife was managed scientifically in Idaho and that the political interference would not be allowed to take root at our state's wildlife management agency.
Through Idaho's first ever voter initiative, a group of sportsmen passed a law that called for a commission of people with a demonstrated interest in wildlife and no more than 3 from any political party. Senate Bill 1300 will soon allow the governor to appoint a director for the Fish and Game rather than the commissioners. The Senate would then confirm them.
It is a classic example of politicians creating a political fix for something that is not broken and shouldn't be political in nature.
With all respect, we urge you to hold this bill in committee.
Committee testimony widely opposed the bill.
And what we have found, especially with the current director, that expertise of someone who comes up from within or has been around this for a long time is really, really helpful in managing that organization. And we're concerned that if this moves to a political appointee, sometimes that expertise may not be the driving factor in that person being appointed.
This is not a personality thing.
Republican Senator Doug Akunowitz proposed the legislation. He argues it brings checks and balances.
But I do think the system is not arranged properly, and they're outliers. And because they are outliers, they are essentially less motivated, I think, to work with us closely on things from time to time because they have some separation from us.
Another issue that has arisen, Harriman State Park. The Harriman family donated 11,000 acres to the state on some conditions. One of them, the staff needs to be professionally trained and administrative personnel should be chosen on merit alone.
The point of that clause was to assure that the selection of employees for the agency was not political. That includes the director. That's why the director is chosen by the Idaho Park and Recreation Board. The members of that board, which is designed to not have a majority of any political party, are nominated by the governor and confirmed by the Senate.
Some suggest it opens the state up to lawsuits.
Would Harriman descendants be successful in that suit? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe so. I just don't think it's worth that $100 million plus risk.
The Senate approved the bill on a 21-14 vote, the House 41-29.
There were many concerns about 1300. You usually don't see close votes in this legislature, and they may come to regret the day that 1300 was passed.